Granting permission. Mastering the art of politeness in English. Hello there. Welcome back to our journey of mastering the English language. Today, we're going to dive into a crucial part of our intermediate grammar series. We're discussing modal verbs, and more specifically, we're focusing on how to express permission in a formal and informal way. We'll focus on polite expressions for permission with lots of examples and practice exercises to solidify your understanding. Let's start by understanding what we mean by polite expressions for permission. In English, there are different ways to ask for and give permission, and the way we do it often depends on the context. Sometimes, we need to be formal, in a business setting, for example. Other times, we can be more relaxed and informal, like when we're with friends or family. In formal situations, we often use "could I" or "may I" to ask for permission. Let's look at some examples. 1. Could I take a few minutes of your time? 2. May I use your phone, please? Notice that these phrases are often used with "please" to make them even more polite. In informal situations, we often use "can I" or "do you mind if I" to ask for permission. Here are some examples. 1. Can I borrow your book? 2. Do you mind if I switch the channel? While these are more casual, they still show respect to the other person. When it comes to granting permission in a formal context, we can use expressions like "you may" or "I would appreciate it if you." Here are some examples. 1. You may use the conference room. 2. I would appreciate it if you could handle this task. These phrases clearly communicate permission while maintaining a formal tone. In a more casual or informal context, we often use "sure," "go ahead," or "no problem." For example, 1. Sure, you can use my computer. 2. Go ahead and take a seat. 3. No problem, you can borrow my jacket. These expressions are easy to use and very common in everyday English. Now it's time to put what you've learned into practice. I'll give you a scenario and I want you to come up with an appropriate phrase for asking or giving permission. Remember to consider whether the situation calls for a formal or informal expression. Here are some to start with. 1. You're at a friend's house and want to use their bathroom. What do you say? 2. You're in a meeting and want to share your ideas. How do you ask? 3. A coworker wants to leave early and asks you if it's okay. How do you respond? Take some time to practice these scenarios and feel free to pause the video if you need more time. And that's a wrap for today's lesson on polite expressions for permission. Remember, mastering these expressions is not only about improving your English grammar but also about becoming more courteous and respectful in your conversations. Keep practicing, and soon it'll become second nature. Thanks for watching, and as always, we hope this video has been helpful. Until next time, happy learning!